To me, a hero is not just Superman or Spider-Man. The hero, the real hero, is doing the right thing at the right time. And teaching young people, teaching everyone to do the right thing at the right time, then you can become a hero. Anyone at any age can be that hero, and anyone at any age can make a difference and cause that ripple to go out and make a difference in people's lives.
Organ donation to me is the most selfless gift that can be given from one human to another. Anyone at any age can be an organ donor. That's from neonates all the way up to people in their late 70s have been successful organ donors and have saved lives of people ranging in age from 1 year up into their 70s as well.
It saves lives. It improves quality of life. It has the potential to bring something good from what is otherwise a devastatingly bad situation.
Elizabeth was born with limited kidney function and actually needed a transplant when she was born.
I was on dialysis. I felt weak. I could barely lift my head, and I was hurting all the time.
Turned out I was a good match for her.
When I got my dad's kidney, I could tell I was much more stronger and I could do more stuff.
We are not promised tomorrow. And if you are an organ donor, you not only have the chance to save one life, you have the chance to save many. I don't know how many organs were used from the little boy who saved my mom's life, but I do know this. I do know that through that one organ that saved my mom's life, she was able to speak and shout it to the masses to save so many more.
When I thought about donating and being Ellie's living donor, at the time, I didn't really think that I was risking my life. I thought more that I was saving or helping to save her life. I would have done the same for an adult if they needed it. It wasn't about risking my life, it was about helping save somebody else's.
When I was placed on the transplant waiting list, I didn't feel too bad. I was tired, but that was pretty much it. But after 6 months, my kidney function was bad enough that I had to start dialysis. And that's a very unpleasant thing to go through. It was painful. It caused, a lot of problems for me, and it made me extremely tired. Just kind of starting to feel like maybe there wasn't going to be a time that I would be healthy.
Well, on dialysis, it was tough, especially on the diet. Couldn't have no chocolate, no oranges, nothing what I personally like. I was strong enough to believe I keep going, I keep pushing myself. I will get the transplant soon.
When I had my bad kidney, I couldn't eat too much salt. I couldn't eat chocolate. I couldn't drink milk. When they came in the room and tried to make me laugh, it hurt my stomach.
She was our miracle Christmas baby because they had said that they didn't know if she would make it past her first Christmas. So she had her transplant December 12th of 2008, so that was our miracle Christmas present. We haven't got to meet our donor family. We hope to sometime and let her be their miracle Christmas present too.
When I got my transplant and I woke up, I honestly thought that they had given me a whole new body transplant because I felt so good. It was really amazing to go from feeling like I could barely walk across the room to feeling like I could do anything.
It was a miracle to get my transplant.
I remember you being on the machine, and it just wasn't fun, was it?
It wasn't fun.
And then I remember the day you got the transplant, and the days after in the hospital, you're so excited about not having to take insulin anymore. She got a gift, she's giving back, but she really helped our kids this year in camp, and you were a great mentor to them. You took them and put your arm around them and helped them along and give them a little encouragement. Thank you.
When you grow up with someone who has a disability or with someone that the doctors say wouldn't make it to 7 and stuff like that, you are overwhelmingly grateful just for existing. If Henry wasn't in my life, I would be a totally different person.
She always remembered that her life was possible because of a 13-year-old. But it was emotional because every time she would say a prayer, the family would be there in her heart. And that's why she was such an advocate for donor awareness.
I honestly thought no one would remember him in 6 months. So for 8 years later, I'm still getting to share Jace because of the organ, eye, and tissue donation. As hard as it is as a mom to lose a child, I know it's happening to parents every day because there is such a waiting list for organ donors that I would have hated to have had to lost my son because he needed an organ donation and didn't get it. And so I just feel like I can be such an advocate now for organ, eye, and tissue donation because I feel like I can make a difference in helping people to make that choice. We truly just have gifts that are just going to waste if we don't choose to donate. And then that way we can help other people and keep them from losing their child or relative.
We all have an end to our life, but the question is, will you think of someone else and bless someone else in the midst of your tragedy? Will you be willing to let your loved one live on in that way?
If my sister got a new liver, I've been happy because she won't have to be in the doctor no more.
Patrick, he was the one who gave my mom the organs. He didn't know her. He did it because he wanted to make a difference. He cared.
He was single. He had not met the love of his life or been able to have kids. So by meeting my husband and having these wonderful kids, I feel like those kids are, they're kind of Patrick's too, because the only reason they're here is him.
If you can save lives, though you've lost yours, would you? And I think that the resounding answer is always yes.